Alright, we're live. Isabel, have a good dinner. Thanks for stopping by. It's pronounced
Hello?
It's pronounced Higurashi. That's a more American way to say it. In
Hello?
Japanese, it's hello!
Are we on?
Yes!
Wow.
Wow! Higurashi. Wow. And then we're playing that Higurashi. Wow.
Ew.
No, it's funny. I like saying, Japanese words very American. No,
Hello.
you can't. You can't. You're too late. You're too late, JM. The opportunity is past. You're banned now. We're banning you. I'm just kidding. Obviously, I'm kidding.
I've just noticed, what is that little wall for next to the door of the school? What is the point of that?
Let me switch over so people can know what you're talking about, real quick. What is that?
Hi, Yoma. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, the little brick wall? What is that?
Yeah. What's that for?
What's that for? Why did they put all that effort into that tiny little half brick wall? What? What is the meaning of this?
And like, I know that these CGs are often like drawn from real buildings. So
yeah,
this is probably something that was on a real building, so if anybody can hunt down like the reference for this building and like question them at gunpoint as to why they built a tiny little pointless wall.
Why have you done this? Why have you done this, architects? What is what is that next to the okay, you can see my cursor, but chat can't.
Yes.
Is that a grill?
That's probably a grill. Do you remember the fucking curry?
Oh, that's right. They had like a curry competition. They probably have grills and stuff. Oh man, imagine grilling at school. That'd be so cool. That'd be so cool.
We had cooking classes, but we didn't like grill. We mostly just had ovens.
Yeah. But welcome everybody. This is going to be our last Higurashi chapter 6 stream.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be shorter than usual because we're like at the end of the last chapter, so we are going to have plenty of time to talk about our thoughts and feelings, especially if you don't know what happens. If you know what happens, obviously, shut up. Don't tell me. Just sit there and smile. It'll be great.
I really like what Yoma said. If they remove that brick wall, Oyashiro will be so mad, so they can't.
Oyashiro-sama will absolutely destroy you with laser vision. Just Hi, Scar. Hello, everyone. And it's so good to see Dupli in the chat, because Dupli is the one who comments like big walls of text under all the VODs, and it makes me really happy. It makes us both really happy, so it's great to see you live here on a stream. I'm gonna be real. I've been considering doing the next 2 chapters offline, and I'm kind of going back and forth because I know the people who do show up for the streams and who do catch the VODs really fucking love these streams. So I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to keep streaming. I'm not sure, but we'll see. I think I do. There's benefits to both, but I think I do want to keep streaming these live. But we could talk about it. We could talk about it with you guys. We could talk about it, etc. I don't know. But seeing Dupli in chat, I'm like, yay! Life is beautiful! Wow! Okay. So
I'm glad, Rory.
A lot has been happening. Thank you so much, Rory. It's honestly like comments like that that make me go, okay. Because sometimes I can be pretty down on myself and be like, man, maybe I should just do these offline. But you know, that makes me smile. So a lot's been happening. A lot's been happening here in the Higurashi. This chapter has been absolutely insane. So Moonpie, what the fuck? I'm trying to summarize what's been happening. She is running around like an insane cat. But Rena found Keiichi at his house and was saying, I have a plan to stop everything. And I'm going to need your help, Keiichi. And Keiichi's like, what do you need help with? She's like, it's a secret. So, the next day happens. They're in school. Chie-sensei ends up getting a call from an unknown person. Keiichi assumes it was Rena because Rena's been missing for the last couple days. And she says something about, you're my student, so of course I'm gonna help you. Chie does not say where she's going. She leaves. And then out pops Rena with a machete. Higurashi. But Rena holds up the classroom. She ends up telling Keiichi to tie everybody up with their wrists behind their backs. And with like bike locks, right? Around their necks or something? Was that it?
Skipping ropes around their wrists. And then I think it was Mion who had a bike lock around her neck to like keep her in place against the wall.
Okay. Yeah.
While Rena beat the shit out of her.
Mm-hmm. So Rena has completely lost it. So she's holding up the classroom, and she wants to get the she gave the books, like Takano's books, scrapbooks to Oishi, but she did it through Keiichi. And she put a note in the scrapbooks and told Keiichi, don't talk to them, don't say anything. And of course, Oishi ends up giving him some pepper spray, I believe, or a stun.
Yes.
Yeah, pepper spray. In the bug. And once Keiichi goes back to the classroom, it turns out Rena spread gasoline everywhere and has a lighter. And is like, if anything happens, I'm going to set everything on fire. And so in the note that she put in the scrapbooks, it says to Oishi, hey, if you don't get me an antidote, I'm going to set this entire classroom on fire. If you don't get it to me by 7 p.m., then this whole classroom's going to be set on fire. I already set up a kitchen timer somewhere in the classroom that's going to set it on fire. And so the place we are at right now, it's 6:45, and the police need to do the raid on the Sonozakis, and in order to placate Rena. And they're also trying to let Keiichi know, please find that kitchen timer, or they did let him know. Find that kitchen timer. So that doesn't happen. So that's where we're at right now. Satoko and Mion, or I think just Satoko and Rika, we're going to help with the finding the timer. And that is where we left off. Anybody have any questions? We're going to go.
Hooray.
And now my voice has had time to rest. Last time we did this, it was like 2 days after the Donathon, and my voice was struggling.
We were both dying.
We were both dying because you were taking up all the lines that I couldn't do. Anyway, why are you so loud? Why are you so loud? Sorry, do you hear that car outside?
I did a little bit, yeah.
God. Who are you people? You wanna be Otaka?
Move over. Who's in charge here?
Several cars had arrived. Unless you want to be this, since I think it's Oishi.
Sure.
Okay.
Several cars had arrived, producing several men. They weren't from the Okinomiya station. One of the men was wearing a suit, despite the hot weather. He approached me, pushing Kumagai aside. Hey, look who's here. Good to see you again, Otaka-kun from the prefectural headquarters. You can be Otaka.
Should I? Okay, I'll be Otaka. Watch your mouth. I'm ranked much higher than you now, so don't address me so casually.
Can I help you with something, Otaka-kun? I'm rather busy at the moment. You can't possibly be thinking about taking over the case. Who approved that exactly?
Let me do it.
I did, Oishi-kun.
You can do that.
Chief. Takasugi-kun has informed me of the situation. He also told me that you started all this. You can go now. The troops will take over. The troops? Otaka-kun, you aren't gonna storm the building, are you?
I understand the risk, but we don't have any time left before the bomb goes off. You've taken too long. We're here to take care of the mess you left behind. Just step back for a minute.
This is really bad timing. I need to get up just for 2 seconds to close the window because someone is like burning wood outside and the smoke is getting right up my fucking lungs.
Oh boy. No, that's all good. Me too, buddy. Me too, buddy.
Did it.
You did it.
I couldn't talk back if both the chief and a guy from the prefectural headquarters gave me an order.
Oh, Oishi-san, who the heck is he?
That's Otaka-kun. A long time ago, he was showing off even though he was bad at mahjong, so I taught him a lesson. Or maybe he's still holding a grudge from when I knocked him unconscious in that kendo tournament. Obviously, we didn't get along.
Give me the latest update, Oishi-kun.
Are you serious about storming the school? We were about to settle this thing peacefully with some sleeping pills. What are you trying to accomplish here?
It's too late for that. If we had another hour, that would be possible. Instead, a special unit from the prefectural police department will move in. Your unit will be their backup.
Chief, you know what's going on, don't you? That classroom itself was turned into a huge bomb. But even the classroom isn't the bomb we're scared of. It's the suspect, René Ryugu. We finally calmed her down and found a way to settle this peacefully, and we were about to start the operation. I know we only have about 10 minutes, but I'll make sure this works. I'll continue negotiating. If it doesn't work, I'll be blown up. Then you could sit back and say I told you so, okay? Oishi-kun, the special unit from the prefectural police department isn't just any old unit. You've heard about the second company, haven't you?
What's that, Oishi-san? Is this second company that well known?
Do you remember about 5 years ago when the JRA hijacked that airplane, Flight 472? I've heard that special counter-terrorist units were put together in Tokyo and Osaka after that incident. So they really do exist.
But why would a special unit from Osaka be here?
Otaka smiled proudly.
We just happen to be holding a training session with your prefectural police unit. We requested their help.
You haven't changed, have you? You have a bad tendency to escalate matters quickly. The company members exited their vehicles one after another and took position. They didn't move like policemen. Otaka-kun! Are you really gonna have a gunfight here? One shot is all it'll take to trigger an explosion.
Don't worry. They won't use firearms. They're using riot shields and riot guns. These guns send out tear gas at high pressures. There will be no issue with explosions.
Wow, I've never heard of such convenient water guns. By the way, can that toy reach the classroom from across the schoolyard?
You don't need to worry about that. You just move over and let us do our job.
As I lifted my arms exaggeratedly, one elbow accidentally touched the car horn, which honked. Of course, I did it on purpose.
Are you trying to get Keiichi Maibata's attention?
Of course. I just hope he heard it.
What are you going to tell him now?
They're probably thinking about breaking one of the windows with a grenade and then shooting tear gas into the room. They have no idea how serious Rena Ryugu is. Deadly serious. Even the noise of a window breaking could drive her over the edge.
Are you saying the special unit can't suppress her?
Of course not. That's why we've been so careful. Rena Ryugu has been intending to kill herself this whole time. A raid doesn't work on people who don't care about dying. We only have Mayabara-san now.
Oishi-san! Here he is!
Hello, this is Oishi. If you can hear me, please cough. This is an emergency. Please listen.
I have a feeling it's not good news.
Unfortunately, you're right. The prefectural police are getting involved. They're going to ruin everything we've worked for so far. There's a special unit about to break in.
Hey, the only reason I haven't used my pepper spray is because that won't stop her from igniting the gas. A raid won't work.
The prefectural police don't understand that Ryugu-san is prepared to die. They're assuming the lighter is just a threat and that she isn't really going to ignite the gas. They'll break in within 5 minutes or so. Please take the lighter from Rena Ryugu before they move in.
Is that in addition to your order to do something about the time bomb?
Yes, that's right.
You've gotta be kidding me. You want me to take the lighter from Rena and do something about the time bomb too, all within 5 minutes? Come on.
You're the only one we can count on. I'm begging you.
How is it, Satoko? Can you think of something?
I just have to check the hallway on the first floor. To check whether it's there or not. Knowing Renaissance patterns, if it was on the first floor, it would be there, and if it was on the second floor, it'd be there.
I just have to check to see if there's a cord in the hallway on the first floor, right?
It should be there. If Renaissance was in a normal state of mind, I would know for certain. But with her being like this, I really cannot figure out her thought pattern right now.
Okay, I'll do something. We don't even have time to think about it. I'll look into those two options myself. I don't want another tragedy. You demons down in hell, I bet you're just waiting for an amusing ending to unfold while eating some popcorn. I won't let that happen. I'm going to change everything. And then I'm going to make you pick up your popcorn off the floor. I spoke to Rena as she continued on with her story about the aliens.
What is it? What's the matter, Keiichi-kun?
Hey, didn't you hear something just now? Rena went quiet and looked around. Rena had become totally paranoid about everything. Once she became worried, she couldn't ignore it.
Really? Are you sure, Keiichi-kun?
Yeah, I'm sure I heard something. I knew she'd want to check it herself, but she really couldn't leave the room for something like that. So in that case, she'd have to ask me to check for her. Rena must have been thinking the same thing.
Keiichi-kun, can you go check?
Rena gave me an order with a fake smile on her lips. Yeah, okay. Rena watched me go out into the hallway. As I did, she spoke to me.
Don't make me angry, okay?
Trust me, I'm your friend.
Yeah, I trust you. I trust you. So don't betray me, okay?
After being freed from Rena, I looked for a cord in a hurry. I didn't even have 5 minutes. The office probably had more outlets than anywhere else. I headed for the teacher's office. Shit, where were the outlets? Unlike light switches, outlets couldn't always be found near entrances. Damn it, why did the clock in the teacher's office have to make such a loud ticking noise?
Don't worry, Keiichi. Or don't worry, Keiichi will find it.
Rena-san would... If I were Rena-san... If Rena-san was even more mistrusting than usual, where would she set the trap? A trap expert like myself ought to be able to discern that!
What's this? I saw a plug inserted into the unit under the principal's desk, and I also saw a cord extending under the door to the reception room. There shouldn't have been any reason why a cord had to be extended into that room. The reception room had an outlet of its own. I tiptoed over to the reception room and opened the door. Squeak! The door squeaked as I cracked it open a little. I poked my head inside the reception room. I saw the suspicious cord crossing the room and extending under the door to the hallway. I followed the cord through the reception room, and I opened the door to the hallway, and the cord was extending into the storage closet. Wow, chest. The storage closet was used to hold cleaning chemicals. I could smell them from here. The cord was extending into there. I carefully opened the door and turned the light on. The cord was attached to another extension cord, and there was an alarm clock that didn't belong in there. I found it! The time bomb! So all I'd have to do was to unplug the cord. I picked up the alarm clock. It looked like a normal alarm clock. Actually, it was a normal alarm clock. I remembered Kumagai-san calling it a kitchen timer. He said it was a bit like an alarm clock. But this wasn't a bit like an alarm clock. It was an alarm clock. Wait, didn't alarm clocks use batteries? This alarm clock was a battery-operated one, too. I looked at the extension cord, and there was nothing plugged into it. What was this extension cord for? Why was this extending all the way from the teacher's office?
No, Keiichi-san! Run!
Satoko?
That's the wrong place! You've been tricked!
A black shadow was covering me. I felt my body freeze. It was so frozen that I felt it was about to crack. I turned around slowly and saw someone holding a hatchet above their head. I dropped the alarm clock. It made a noise as it hit the ground.
Why did you follow the extension cord? And why did you have the alarm clock in your hands? Why did you?
All the cells in my body were frozen. This was Rena's trap. Rena was suspicious of everyone, including me. This whole time, she thought there was someone connected to the people outside. This was a trap to lure that person out. Only the people outside knew about the time bomb. I was told about the whole thing, so I followed the extension cord and picked up the alarm clock. How stupid of me. Wait. Rena.
I trusted you, Keiichi-kun! How could you?
Rena hit me with the backside of the hatchet earlier. It was painful, but it didn't kill me. But this time she was holding the hatchet the right way. It wouldn't just crack my forehead. It would split my entire head open. Rena lifted the hatchet mercilessly. She moved slowly, as if everything was in slow motion. She looked almost divine. Maybe it really was holy. I was praying, after all. Praying? What was I praying for? I was praying for my life. Ah! It was so sudden. I couldn't tell what happened. Rika-chan had jumped onto Rena from behind. I didn't know what kind of weapon Rika-chan used, but Rena started moaning. It clearly hurt. That brought me back to reality. I couldn't just watch them. I had to get the lighter from Rena.
Ah!
Don't think you can win with mere force. Rena knew I was after the lighter. She closed her fingers around it tightly. Rika-chan was grabbing onto the arm Rena was holding the hatchet in. I wanted to tell her to run, but thanks to Rika-chan, I could use both of my hands to get at the lighter. Ah! The lighter flew out of Rena's hand. It hit the hallway wall and dropped down to the floor. I picked it up. At the same moment I did, Rena managed to shake off Rika-chan. There's our chance. I turned in Satoko's direction. Alright. The right choice is this one. Well, Satoko, you should be able to figure it out!
Here we fucking go.
Keiichi-san! I know now! I figured it out!
I heard Satoko screaming from the classroom. Satoko had figured out where Rena hid the time bomb. I wanted to catch Rena, but I didn't have time for that. I had to do something about the time bomb instead.
Keiichi, hurry up and go back to Satoko!
Rika-chan had spread her arms, blocking Rena's path forward. What are you doing? Just run!
Keiichi, this isn't the first time I've done this for you. Don't you remember? If I'd tried a little harder the previous time, you could have made it. So this time, you are going to make it. Just go!
I didn't know what Rika-chan was talking about. But there was one thing I did know. Just like Rena and Mion were ready to give up their lives for their friends, and I was willing to give up mine, Rika-chan was prepared for that too. Therefore, telling Rika-chan to run was like telling her she wasn't my friend. And so, I will depend on my friend, Rika-chan. Thank you, Rika-chan.
Keiichi-san, we're running out of time!
Leaving it to Rika-chan, I dashed for the classroom. As soon as Rika heard Keiichi's footsteps reach the classroom door, she sighed in relief. As she did, Rena's black shadow came ever closer.
That's great! That's just great! This isn't a club activity, you know! You'll be killed for real! You'll be killed by an angry Neva!
You're not afraid of me, are you? You're amazing, Rika-chan.
Rika grabbed a mop as she ran from the storage closet. She picked it up and held it upside down like a spear. Rika's
Favorite line in
stance
the whole
told
thing coming.
Rika's stance told Rena that she was ready to fight. Rika didn't look like a little girl anymore. She looked so brave that Rena was even startled by it.
Boy, you really are amazing. You aren't afraid of being killed at all, huh?
Rika smiled cynically. Rika usually never smiled this way.
Do you really think I would be afraid of death?
Let's
I've
fucking go.
experienced several hundred deaths up until now. Why should I be afraid of it all of a sudden? You aren't Rika-chan, are you? You're the one I met that night.
Show yourself, alien! Where's the real Rika-chan?
The real Rika. She's right here. Nipa!
I'm sorry.
The way you're looking down on me, that really is like Rika-chan. I get it. Oyashiro-sama is an alien. The Furude family is descended from him, and therefore you're a descendant of aliens. I'll crack open your head and drag out all the parasites in your brain.
Rena raised her hatchet and charged at Rika with a scream.
Yeah, one swing is all I need to smash your head open.
Yeah. Rena looked like a
Yeah.
beast charging towards its prey. Rika took a step backwards and lowered her body, preparing to counterattack. She did that with no hesitation.
Even a minute is plenty. I'll play with you. Come on, Hatchet Girl.
There it is. That's my favorite line in the entire fucking thing.
Yup.
Do you not get it, Keiichi-san? All the hints were already in place this morning.
Calm down, Satoko. Explain more slowly so I can understand. What are you trying to say? It's simple if you just remember. Come on, it's quite obvious when you do. Oh,
Flashback.
something stinks today. Close the windows. Oh, silly, it'd be hotter if it here. Sorry, that was not words at all.
It like started as words for the first three things, and then it just kind of devolved into noise.
Oh, we had been smelling gasoline coming from outdoors. There were no forestry service people in the office, so they weren't doing any work today. The smell wasn't coming from anything they were doing. In other words, it was the smell of Rena's gasoline. Rena hid the gasoline near the classroom. She had it in a plastic container. You can't smell gasoline that's in a plastic container. So in other words, she had more gasoline ready than just in the container she used to spread it around the classroom. Where was the smell coming from? Was it coming from outside? Vaporized gasoline is heavier than air. It sinks. There was another hint other than that.
What?
Our ball is missing. You hit it again, didn't you, Hojo? I'm sorry.
You're fine. We've already read these lines. It's fine.
Okay. Why would I hide your ball? Kids who love to play with their ball never lose it. It should have been in the same place it always was, but it was gone. So that must mean that Rena used it for something. The gasoline was coming from above. A ball was missing, so maybe it was stuffed somewhere.
Rena-san blocked the drain with the ball and poured gasoline in the drain canal. Where? On the roof of the second floor.
The drain canal extended along the roof of the second floor and then came straight down to the ground. If it was plugged and filled with gasoline, it was like a huge Molotov cocktail that extended from the ground to the roof of the second floor. Furthermore, the drain canal ran by the classroom windows. If the canal exploded, the classroom would explode too. Therefore, the time bomb must be.
I bet she ran an extension cord out the second floor window. It's on the rooftop.
I picked up a pair of scissors and cut Satoko's bonds. By the way, how did Rika-chan free herself from the rope?
I apologize for not being thin enough to slip out myself.
I rubbed Satoko's head. Take care of the rest here. I'm going up to the roof. As I jumped out of the classroom, Satoko stopped me.
Keiichi-san, here!
What is it? Something silver sailed through the air. I caught it. It was a metal bat.
That's Nini's. Make sure you give it back to me, okay?
Sure thing. Thanks, Satoko. The metal bat fit right in my palm. I didn't even feel its weight. It really eased my mind. The name Satoshi was written on the handle. This was the bat that belonged to Satoko's brother, Satoshi. He was the victim of last year's tragedy. You and I, we're the same. I won't let another tragedy take place. I'll treat this as a gift from you, who was waiting in the wings. Let's rip apart the script of this demonic tragedy together. Let's go, Satoshi! As I tried to run up the stairs, I heard a loud noise coming from the hallway by the teacher's office. I saw Rika-chan rolling on the floor. Damn, Rika-chan! Do it! Yeah! You held out as long as you could.
Damn it. If my body were 5 years older.
You're next, Keiichi-kun! Wow!
Whoa!
The way
Shit!
they choose to translate yells sometimes.
Shit! I have to go. I have to get to the rooftop. I don't know why I said that like that.
How did you figure it out? How did you? Still, I won't let you get up there!
Rena's face looked unbelievably scary. She was ready to rip me apart if she caught me. In that case, just try me! I jumped up the stairs, skipping every other step. I turned on the bug in my pocket. I didn't have time to put in the earphones. As Rena flew up the stairs, her foot got caught on a jump rope. She tripped, and then 3 buckets fell on her head, the result of Satoko's trap.
Ow, 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 ow! It was Satoko-chan, huh?
Satoko leaned against the wall and waved her index finger in a mocking gesture.
You are pretty good, but you're about 300 million light years too early to go up against a trap expert like me.
You're pretty good.
Satoko-chan, light years are measured in a unit of distance, not time.
Smash! The 4th bucket hit Satoko on the head. I continued up to the rooftop. Rena ignored Satoko and ran after me. Oh, Ishii-san! I did it! I got the lighter. I know where the time bomb is. It's on the rooftop in the drain canal. I'm headed up there right now. Oishi-san, is that it?
Oishi grabbed a pair of binoculars from Kumagai and looked at the rain gutter on the rooftop. There was something like an alarm clock sitting there. The cord from the clock was extending into the second floor window. It was so obvious, but they didn't even notice until just then.
Satoko was working hard to remove her classmates' restraints, but she couldn't do anything about the bike lock on Mion's neck. Just run, everyone! Forget about me!
That doesn't sound like Mion-san. Why not act like our club president, even in a situation like this? All you have to do as our president is give me an order to undo this lock, okay?
Satoko reached for the back of her collar and produced a bent hairpin. Satoko opened the window, climbed onto the windowsill, and faced the bike lock that was restraining Mion. Everyone, open the curtains and the windows, then run!
But class prez! What about my Abata-san?
The police will help Kei-chan. You all need to run as soon as possible. Uh-huh. Did you unlock it already?
To me, this type of lock is child's play.
Satoko really is the MVP, yeah.
She's awesome. I love her.
She's amazing.
The binoculars were trained on the classroom. All the curtains were open, as well as all the windows. The children, in turn, were all running out into the schoolyard. Oishi pushed Otaka aside, then grabbed his radio and yelled into it. All units, go! Go, go! Secure the hostages! The suspect is going up to the second floor, running after one of them.
Hey, what are you doing? Oishi-kun, give me back the radio.
Otaka tried to grab the radio from Oishi, but Kumagai stepped in. There was a dull noise and Otaka crumbled to the floor, convulsing.
Oops. Sorry. I guess my knee happened to hit your balls. Wow.
The classroom is still filled with gasoline. Be very careful. You are forbidden from using any gas bombs or flares. Again, do not use gas bombs or flares. The whole place will blow.
Support unit to HQ. We secured 24 hostages. One is injured. This is the assault unit. We're trying to take control of the first floor. We've got a problem. The electrical room is locked and we can't get in.
You can't get in? Can't you break down the door?
It's located directly opposite the classroom. The smell of gasoline is strong here. We might ignite the gas when breaking down the door. We'll await further orders.
Shit! We could have just turned the power off. Forget the electrical room. Go secure the second floor.
Assault unit, roger that. Alpha, go, go, go!
Otaka-kun, what were you gonna do if you failed to secure the electrical room?
That's what the special unit was for.
This is the problem with rich boys. We'll just have to secure the clock's outlet now.
Sniper unit to HQ. I can see a male hostage on the rooftop of the first floor. Oishi-san! That's my Barakun!
Give me the speaker! My Abata-san! The clock is plugged into the back room on the second floor.
This is Keiji. I shook my head repeatedly. I couldn't do that. Rena was coming after me, so I couldn't head that way. What else could I do? The only way was to go up to the roof of the second floor and get the clock from there.
My Abata-san! Continue up to the roof of the second floor. I'll direct you from there.
Oishi-san was telling me to go further up. Satoko only told me that it was on the rooftop of the second floor, and she didn't tell me where exactly. She only said it was in the drain canal. But maybe Oishi-san found it with his binoculars. I put my foot on the railing of the veranda and ran up to the rooftop. I never felt so light. Felt like I could lift myself with just 2 or 3 fingers.
That's it! Keep going! It's at the furthest end of the drain pipe! You only have 30 seconds!
30 seconds would be plenty of time. I could get there in half that. Over there, was that it? It was! Sniper unit to HQ, I can see the suspect on the rooftop of the first floor.
I wish you could fire, but you're using live ammo, aren't you? It's not tear gas or anything, is it?
No, it's live ammunition.
Use those in the military! Japanese police don't need anything like that! My Abata-san! She's after you! Hurry! She'll be there soon!
How many more seconds did I have? Who cares? Ah! I slid down the roof and grabbed the kitchen timer that was sitting on the drain pipe, which is filled with gasoline. There was a cord with a copper wire attached to it. This was supposed to create sparks and start an explosion. The hands on the clock kept moving, with the second hand trying to reach the minute hand. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Ah! I threw it to the ground. A moment later, I heard the noise of something breaking. Did I do it? Assault unit to HQ, the time bomb has been stopped.
Yes!
Oishi-san, we did it! We did it!
Yeah! My Abata-san, good job! Keiichi-san certainly made me nervous. Cutting it so close isn't elegant, you know?
Not only... Oh, that's you. My bad.
Not only policemen, but the children who were on their way to ambulances raised their voices and cheer.
Oishi-san, there's a message from the fire department. The scene is still dangerous, so order all units to retreat immediately.
Isn't the time bomb gone, though?
Although the ignition device is gone, it's still extremely dangerous. The lives of the assault unit might be at stake.
Damn! What about my Abara-kun up there? Can he jump off?
Oishi-san, according to the map, there's a flower bed by the school building. We'll tell him to jump there.
Oishi to all units! Stop the operation! Fall back immediately! Fall back!
Alpha here, roger that. You wanna be Beta here?
Here, roger that. Fall back! Fall back! Can you hear me, my Abara-san? Ryuko-san too! It's too dangerous to stay there! It might explode at any minute! There's a flower bed by the school building! Jump down there!
A flower bed? Damn it, I can't see it from here. But it didn't sound like I had enough time to be looking for it. I noticed a white hand at the edge of the roof, followed by Rena's head. Rena slowly crawled up to the rooftop. I waited for her there.
I never thought you'd find it. It was all for nothing.
Rena scratched at her throat. The band-aids peeled off, and her throat started to bleed. It's game over, Rena. We were confronting each other on the rooftop of the second floor. This wasn't a club activity, but a real battle. Rena was glaring at me with hatred at first. But maybe because she had already given up, she started smiling wickedly. I heard the chorus of the Higurashi in the background, as if to cool us down from the heat of battle. I didn't think we needed their service yet, though.
Yeah, if it was a board game, you'd have reached the goal and won. But this isn't a game. So this isn't a goal. It's a dead end.
Shit. You don't give up, do you? Rena, you really are strong. You never give up. You fight until the bitter end. You keep believing until that point, too.
Praise like that won't make me happy now. You ruined everything that I risked my life for, Keiichi-kun. I was simply trying to protect our species from the aliens. You ruined it! If humans go extinct, it'll be your fault, Keiichi-kun. That'll be recorded in history!
I didn't mean to laugh, but I couldn't help it. My name would be written down in the history books of the aliens as the one who destroyed the human species. Somehow that sounded kind of cool. Rena, no matter what you have to say, I've won this game. I've already won, and you just don't want to admit it. That's all.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
But maybe that's not how it works. A game doesn't end when there's a winner. It ends when there's a loser. That means, for me, winning isn't enough.
What do you mean?
I tapped my shoulder with the metal bat, gesturing for Rena to come at me. I'm going to make you understand that you lost. I won't run or hide. Do you know why? According to the rules of our club, we don't run from our enemies. I'll prove to you that you've already lost, Rena. Are you ready? Parasites and aliens? How stupid! Who would believe in things like that these days? I can only laugh.
You never believed me in the first place. Yet you pretended that you did. How dare you deceive me! I won't forgive you. I'll never forgive you!
I don't care if you believe in those things, but I would never believe in anything that stupid. Well, if I did have to believe in anything like that, I'd rather believe in the buried treasures of the Tokugawa shogunate. But if you still want me to believe, don't you remember our club's rules? I also love these stupid teenagers. They're great.
Whoever conceives victory is the correct one.
There you go. Rena and I grinned at each other, and as we went around in circles on the rooftop, we both checked the distance between us. If you could take me down, I'll believe in your alien stories. I'll perform a mysterious dance every morning and night to call for UFOs to come and beam up livestock. But Rena, if I take you down, then I want you to be ready.
I don't think you even need to think further than that. I don't think you do. You will never defeat me.
Rena came at me with a heavy strike. I caught it easily with the metal bat. It looked like there were some sparks. This was finally getting interesting. Hey, maybe you shouldn't say that yet. You might be wrong, you know. When I went through a whole lot of fierce battles in our club, I learned something. I learned about myself. Now I know what I need to bring out my ultimate power.
Really? I wonder what it is. I wonder.
Rena, your hatchet can be a powerful weapon, but my metal bat is as powerful as your hatchet. Sure, it doesn't have a blade, but it reaches farther and is easy to handle. I won't be going for a defensive battle. I'm going to fight you face to face, and I'm going to defeat you. I'm sure I'm stronger than you physically. Thank you for the gift sub. Appreciate that. But you're better at drawing out your true potential, Rena. Pog. In other words, we're equally matched. This is great. I won't need to hold back at all.
So what are you gonna do after you beat me?
I'd like to comment that the gift sub alert actually fit into that scene like perfectly with the noises.
Oh no, I didn't get to see it.
No, like the sound, it's just like a swing. So I thought it was part of the game at first. So I was like, oh.
Take that! I think I might have the upper hand.
Huh. I'm just warming up. Just you wait and see. Wait and see what I do after I take you down. We both put a lot of chips on the pile. Prepare yourself for having to make a big payout.
Aren't you counting your chickens before they hatched? Your bluffing is just pathetic.
You don't get it, do you? My strength increases in proportion to my reward, don't you know? Let's see. You'll be my personal maid! I'm a freak, starting from the moment I wake up until I go to sleep at night. You'll serve me all day, every day.
Is it okay if they're both weird perverts?
Yes. With Coach's help, no! You'll be wearing a different costume every day. Fuck off! Keiichi, wait until I go to sleep at night. What if I make it so that you won't let me sleep instead? How about that? This is so anime. This is so fucking anime.
That's so like you, Keiichi-kun. No, thank you. Actually, I'll win and make you my servant.
We both laughed like crazy people as we struck at each other. It was strange how much fun it was becoming. Make her wake up. Ren and I were trying to kill each other, and yet it was a blast. Sparks were flying. We could get seriously injured. There's gasoline, like, in the drain canal. Like, you're gonna fucking explode yourselves, guys. We fell off the rooftop, we'd break our bones, yet this was so much fun!
No.
Snoozing the ad, I see.
No, that was using the ad.
Yeah, I have been mourning and crying all day today while Rena terrified me. How did it all turn into this? two of us can't be serious, even if we try. Even with sparks flying, we can only goof around. You're trying to sound out of breath.
It works even better if you, like, actually are throwing your body around like I'm doing.
Yeah, but that would fuck up my tracking big time.
Probably. I have privileges. That's not me. I like being elegant and graceful. Imagine me, like, actually swinging my arms around. This hurts. You can have fun goofing around by yourself, Keiichi-kun.
It really does help the voice acting. Like, there is some voice acting I've done where, in order to give myself a burst of energy, I just throw my arms up in the air and I'm like, yeah! And it helps. It actually helps it sound excitable and fun and good. And actually, smiling while you're reading a line that the character is happy and smiling in,
Yes.
you can actually hear the smile in your voice. It's real. It's voice acting. I love it. Rena's next strike came at a strange angle, but I managed to deflect it. Whoa! That's too weak. You're done.
Finally, I'm all warmed up. This is just a warm-up, right? I think I pulled my arm. Ow!
Oops.
Good acting.
Oh, voice acting. Huh? Stupid. This isn't even a warm-up. This is like taking a walk. Hey, you're all sweaty.
Instead of sweat, you'll be covered in your own blood!
My Bada-san! Jump off! Come on, jump! He isn't even listening to us. He's so into it that he can't even hear anything. Oishi-san?
Sorry. What is it?
What do you mean, what is it? We have to figure out a way to rescue him!
I wish he couldn't figure out why he was distracted, considering the seriousness of the situation. He was engrossed in watching the two of them fight with the sunset behind them.
Oop.
But Oishi wasn't the only one. Everyone was watching, captivated by their battle on the rooftop. At that moment, a sudden loud voice broke the silence. Mayabata-san! Hang in there! Careful! Don't fall! The students who were about to climb onto the ambulance were cheering him on. Mion was being loaded onto a stretcher with bandages around her head, but even she sat up, captivated as she was by Rena and Keiichi's duel. Our once happy days were supposed to have shattered due to a series of misunderstandings. They were supposed to be irretrievable.
Is this Keiichi now?
Yeah, I think so.
But, why? Why did I feel this way? This was such a close game, but it wouldn't be fun to stay in a stalemate forever. Rena and I kicked at each other with perfect timing and increased the distance between us. Hey! This is a blast! What do you think, Rena? Isn't this just the best?
I've been having fun since the very beginning! But it'll be even more fun to split your head open, Keiichi-kun! Split it open!
Wow, that's dangerous. Over here. Come back over here. Let's use more space. Something like this doesn't happen too often. Let's enjoy it as much as we can.
This would make a great picture! Look, there's a beautiful moon behind us! The breeze feels great!
It's so romantic. It was such a fantastical scene.
Ironically, yes.
Two people were fighting on the rooftop of the school building, with the moon behind them. It was almost unbelievable. All the policemen and children looked at that mysterious and fantastical scene from a distance, completely entranced. Everyone was thinking the same thing, but nobody said anything. Why does it look like they're having fun? I started reading your lines.
It's fine.
Ow! It's starting to get confusing.
It is. Don't worry about it.
Getting all fired up in a breeze this cool. It reminds me of the Watsunagashi festival. I don't really like to just sit back and enjoy the cool of the evening in silence. When the moon comes up, I turn into an animal.
So what if you can see the
darkest side of me? No one will ever change this animal I have become. All his club members went crazy on the night of Watsunagashi. The mayor scolded us by the end of it, but we laughed at each other and promised to do the same thing again next year.
Going crazy under the moon, huh? That sounds cool, doesn't it? Maybe we're already crazy.
Yeah, I feel the same. We're having fun, trying to kill each other. We must be mad already. This must be what insanity is like. Some people say the moon has the power to arouse passions in people. Maybe that's true, and maybe it's not. One thing that's for sure is that even if it were a new moon tonight, we would still feel the same way. As our surroundings got darker, the sparks we'd create with each hit started to look like fireflies. Hey now, isn't there gasoline in the drain pipe right nearby? Who cares? If an explosion happens, it happens.
Hey, what are you doing? Are you getting too sweaty to hold the bat? Why don't you take a break and dry your hands off? I'll split your head open while you do that, though.
If we die, we die. I am Wario. That's a good one. Isn't your skirt clinging to your legs? You can take it off if you want. Freak. I just want you instead of attacking.
Really? Then I'll give you a good blow to the head while you're charmed by my legs! They're made for each other. Fucking freaks.
This really is so much fun, isn't it, Rena?
Yep, it sure is!
We flew! We danced! We struck! We laughed! We stepped back once in a while to catch a breath and then charged at each other and let the sparks fly. We aimed at each other as we went around in circles on the rooftop of the school, our special stage. Rena and I were all sweaty, but we weren't exhausted yet. The beads of sweat rolling down my body just tickled me. Should we snooze that ad?
Yes.
Yes.
Somehow I didn't notice it.
We exchanged furious blows one after the other. Neither of us was at an advantage or disadvantage. Neither of us exulted in victory or raged in defeat. The battle with Rena in itself was fun. It was like a dance. A dance I couldn't dance by myself. It was a dance I could only dance with someone with whom I was equally matched. Did you think the same thing I did when we did that club activity? With the whole class? The day we dueled with water guns.
Yeah, I did.
We wanted to fight like this again. Oh. And if your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, then they're no friends of mine. Wow, I fucked that up real bad. As we thought that way on the rooftop, our classmates down below must have thought the same. Our fight was so pure and passionate that everyone thought the same thing. We want to join them.
It was the same back then. We were using water guns, but we did the same thing!
But this is far more fun. I don't have to worry about how much water I have left in my gun.
Yeah, we can't create sparks with water guns!
We couldn't strike at each other like this either. We both were breathing hard, waiting for the right timing to take a step forward. In the midst of that, we grinned at each other. This is exactly what I said then, but I'm going to say it again.
Okay then, I'll respond just the same.
We both smiled wickedly in the same moment. This is so fun. I don't want it to ever end.
Don't hate me if you lose!
No, never. I'd hate myself for ending this game, but I know I won't be the one crying in the end.
I don't know about that! Your feet are getting weak, like they're made of straw!
Shut up! Ah! I want this to end in an explosion. I think it'd be funny. Everyone was captivated by our fight. They were swept up in our fight. We both had weapons. Weapons deadly enough to seriously hurt one another. But we were both perfectly matched, and neither of us had hit the other yet. Why did they look so happy? This was just ridiculous. All the people below were just watching this fight on the rooftop with the beautiful moon as a backdrop. Not even the police could stop them. This was impossible. This battle was absurd and absolutely impossible.
Keiichi-san! Try to stay in the middle of the roof! Use the height to your advantage!
Satoko. That's you, I think.
Satoko and some of her classmates cheered Keiichi on, but there were some who were cheering for Rena too. To them, this was no longer a fight to the death. It was just the second round of their water gun battle. A club activity is a club activity, and a game is a game. This was just the second round, so nobody would die. Even though they had real weapons. Nobody thought that they would get hurt. Rika wasn't cheering. She was just looking up at the rooftop.
I've never seen anything like this before.
Rika thought to herself. She thought Keiichi could win. Not just against Rena. Rika thought Keiichi could even destroy the walls of the maze of tragedies that had no exit.
What are the snipers doing? The suspect is trying to harm the hostage. Fire immediately!
As Otaka yelled into the radio, Mion screamed for him to stop.
No! Don't shoot Rena! Rena isn't crazy anymore! She isn't who she was earlier! That's a different Rena, so please don't shoot her! Shoot her. What do you mean she's different? Look! She's swinging around that weapon! She's trying to kill him! Unless we shoot her down, the hostage is in danger! No! Don't shoot at Rena! If you shoot Rena, Kei-chan will kill you for sure. I can guarantee it. Why would he kill me? They aren't trying to kill each other. They're just having fun creating sparks. Can't you see? Kei-chan is talking to her too. He's telling her that they're equal. That means she can trust him more than anyone. Kei-chan will wake Rena up. No, he's already waking her up. Rena's nightmare is almost over.
Keiichi-kun, you're the best. I don't even want to kill you anymore. A world without you would be so boring.
Thanks for the compliment. I appreciate it. So what's going to happen to the world, huh? Aren't aliens trying to invade it?
You know, I don't think I even care about aliens or parasites anymore. If the world is gonna perish, go ahead and perish. Who cares about the conspiracy of the three families anyway?
That's right. Even if a meteor hits the Earth tomorrow.
Nothing could be more fun than this moment. I don't have any more snoozes left.
Alright. We tried, chat. We tried. But there might be an ad that interrupts this beautiful fight. Hey, aren't you supposed to die tonight due to some poison? You sure don't look like you only have a few hours left to live.
That's right! I completely forgot about that! I'm supposed to claw out my throat and die tonight!
Hey, that's the scenario you came up with, don't forget. Come on, scratch your throat once in a while at least. Hey, I know, it doesn't itch anymore, does it? Definitely doesn't. This is more fun than scratching your throat could ever be.
Yeah, this dance virus really is way more fun!
I wished it would never end, but my body was screaming. I was breathing hard and felt dizzy from lack of oxygen. My upper body felt as light as a piece of paper, as if even a slight breeze could take me away. It really had been a blast, but I needed it to end soon. I felt the same sadness as in that water gun fight. Back then, it had been declared a draw.
I wonder what will happen this time.
Who knows? But one thing is for certain.
What?
I loved doing this with you.
Me too!
I jumped backwards and slammed the roof with my bat. The sound was as intense as a huge drum, and the noise woke up the people who were captivated by our fight. The silence returned, and the chorus of the Higurashi filled the air. Okay, let's pause for a moment.
Sure. Let's end this with one more strike.
We started to move slowly and increase the distance between us. Everyone realized it. This fight was ending very soon. Okay, this is it. I'm going to ask you one more time.
Huh? What is it?
Hey, you're betting something on this, right? Isn't that why you were fighting?
I did? Sorry, I forgot.
You're hopeless. Okay, listen carefully. If I win, you'll become my personal maid and serve me every day. You'll have to introduce me to others as your master.
My uniform better be cute.
Of course it will. There will be a variety of uniforms, ranging from old-fashioned ones to ones that are a little dangerous. They'll be custom-made, so they'll fit you perfectly. How about that?
My goodness. I don't intend to lose, but that could be fun somehow.
You're a freak, Rena. If you win, Rena. I paused for a moment. If you win, I'll believe your stories. Rena was happy until just a moment ago, but that expression was suddenly wiped from her face. Aliens are invading the Earth, and we have parasites in our brains. The Sonozaki family is pulling the strings. They're researching the parasites in secret, and aliens will be in control of the world starting tomorrow. I will believe in that. Also, since you're dying tonight, I'll make sure you go peacefully, so don't worry.
It's not fun if I win, is it? Your reward sounds a lot more fun, Keiichi-chan.
Well, what can I do? You did all this because of what I just said, right?
Yeah, I guess. Sorry, I almost forgot.
Rena smiled sadly for a moment, but soon that expression was wiped off her face, too. I'm going to win no matter what. I want my personal maid. He's silly.
Boo boo! It's not fun if I win.
Then do you want to change it? What do you want? Finally, Rena smiled happily again. The breeze dried our sweat. It was a good feeling. We no longer went crazy, even with the moon out. We could finally enjoy the coolness of the evening. It would be so nice if we could just lie down on our backs and gaze at the moon. Still smiling a little, Rena spoke.
I want the same reward as yours, Keiichi-kun.
What? You want me to be your maid? That's something.
You don't have to be my maid, but the rest is the same. I want you to say good morning to me every morning and good night every night. I want you to treat me well and let me play around all the time. I guess no matter who wins, we'll always be together.
crying. We'll be together. But the one who gets the special treatment is different.
Why am I fighting with someone I like so much?
I don't know. Why are we on the rooftop? Why did we even come up here in the first place?
I don't know. I forgot.
Maybe we're both airheads. That's why we floated up here.
Yep, we're the airhead buddies.
Airbuds! We're buddies! All
I'm sorry about the app. There's nothing we can do.
Well then, shall we get started? I don't want to cool down too much.
You're right. We better finish up before it gets too cold.
We readied our weapons and took our stances.
I was gonna suggest that we stop this. I really was.
I shook my head slowly. No, we have to finish this. Otherwise, it won't end. Our fight won't end. We can't quit. We have to bring it to an end.
This isn't right. It's possible that no matter who wins or loses, there'll be no reward.
Even if that happens, we shouldn't hate each other. So I'm going to tell you this now.
What?
It was fun.
Yeah. I feel the same way.
Rena, even if one of us dies, we'll see each other again. And when we do,
We'll have fun in a normal way. We'll laugh together in a normal way. And we'll fall in love in a normal way. We won't doubt each other. We'll trust each other. And we'll meet again. Right? For sure. Right?
yes, for sure. Tears appeared in Rena's eyes. I noticed I was about to break down too. Okay. Are you ready? There was no signal. We stepped forward at the same time. Our shadows jumped in the moonlight. We were fighting so viciously earlier, but now it was like we were moving very slowly. We must have looked like a shadow play. Everyone was watching the shadows dance. Rena's shadow hit my metal bat violently. As a result, I let go of it. The metal bat bounced once on the roof, then rolled down to the schoolyard. I had lost my weapon. Here was Rena's chance. Of course, she wouldn't miss it. I was lying flat on the roof, and Rena got on top of me. Rena's knees were holding down my arms, and there was no way for me to fight back. The moon was divided into two. The shadow of Rena's hatchet had split the moon right down the middle. This was the end. Shit. That was good. I can't even pull my arms away.
Hey, Keiichi-kun. It's over. Right?
Not yet. It's not over till you swing down your hatchet.
I don't wanna.
Huh?
I don't want to. I don't want to.
Rena's arms were still raised, but tears were pouring from her eyes.
What happened? What went wrong? I loved everyone. And I trusted everyone. When did I start to doubt them? I don't know why I'm doing this to you. I don't know. Why am I doing this to people
There we go.
I love so much?
You realized it. You realized it in this world.
I can't believe myself. Every day was so much fun. But why? Why? I didn't have any complaints. I didn't worry about anything. So why did I try to destroy everything with my own two hands?
Rena, You're incredible. After I killed you and Mion, I didn't realize I had done anything wrong, so I left a note and called Oishi-san. I still believed that someone else was at fault. Until, even after, I was dead. I didn't even notice I had sinned. How sad it was to kill my friends because of a little misunderstanding, even when they were trying to help me. And how painful it was not to realize it was a sin. Therefore, you're amazing, Rena. You didn't kill any of your friends. You came to your senses before you committed a sin. You're incredible, Rena. Just incredible. You're totally different from me. Rena stood up slowly and lowered her hatchet.
I hurt my friend. I hurt Mi-chan.
Just apologize to her. Personally, I appreciate that the wounds will help me tell the twins apart.
I've already killed.
Huh? No, you haven't. Who did you kill?
Rina Mamiya and Tepe Hojo.
Ah, those two.
I thought I was right to kill them. But the day I killed them, the world started to go crazy. Did that mean that it was wrong to kill them?
I don't know if it was right or wrong, but it wasn't the best thing you could have done. Or it was? I don't know.
What do you mean the best thing?
Don't you know? I grabbed Rena's head and embraced her. Then I told her. I told her something so simple. It was so simple that anyone could think of it. But Rena didn't do it. I didn't do it either, back then. If you're in danger, or you feel like doubting others, or something sad happens, it was so simple. You should talk to your friends. No.
That's right. You're right. Oh.
Rena cried in my arms for a while. She cried about the wrong choice she made at the very beginning. The choice couldn't have been hard to see. I'm sure it was something that was within her grasp. How stupid it was to worry about it by herself. She had friends. She had friends whom she trusted. Why did she think she couldn't talk to her friends about it?
I was wrong. Why didn't I talk about it? Everyone trusted me, so why didn't I trust them?
I was the same way before. That's why I won't laugh at you. But you realized it. You realized it a lot sooner than I did. We will trust each other. We will never doubt our friends. We will rely on each other. We will talk to each other and help each other out. That's why friends are always happy, and why we can endure anything together. Okay, Rena, why don't we respond to the curtain call? This is really the end of everything.
What do you mean by the curtain call? What do you mean?
Well, I was just talking to myself. Come on. We stood up together, holding hands. The moon was hanging behind us. When I nodded, Rena threw away her hatchet. It disappeared into the darkness below. The music started up and then immediately stopped. Then I spoke to the audience in hell, the demons who weren't expecting this ending. I was proclaiming victory. Oh. That's all for tonight. We overcame this tragedy. We'll never doubt each other again. We'll be united forever. No matter what disaster might befall us, don't think we'll ever yield. Who cares about tragedy? Who cares about disaster? Even if the script is written by demons, we'll tear the whole thing to pieces. Oh, shit.
Damn fucking right. That's
Oh,
my favorite
shit.
scene in the entire of Higurashi. The incident at the Forest Service Field office in Hinamizawa. Date of event: midday, June 25th, the 58th year of the Showa era. Location: Hinamizawa, Shishibone City, Exchon. Inside the Forestry Service Field office. Summary: on June 25th, the suspect, Ryugu Reina, broke into the Forest Service Field office in Hinamizawa. She forced her way into the classroom of the local school housed within the office complex and proceeded to take 25 people hostage. The suspect scattered around a large quantity of gasoline and held the school hostage for over 7 hours. The situation remained in a deadlock for some time, but at 1845 several hostages resisted and fled from the building. At the same time, a special unit from Osaka Police Department's 2nd Riot Division arrived on the scene. 24 of the hostages were safely rescued. The remaining hostage fled to the roof, and after a brief pursuit, the suspect engaged him in close combat. At 1910, she agreed to disarm and surrender, freeing the final hostage. Casualties 4. All minor injuries. Details follow. Sonozaki Mio. She was captured by the suspect around noon that day. She escaped at 1845 and was taken to safety. The suspect inflicted minor injuries on her during the fight. Furuderica. She was captured by the suspect. She escaped at 1845 and was taken to safety. The suspect inflicted minor injuries on her during the fight. Hojo Satoko. Captured by the suspect at noon. Escaped at 1845, fell, and suffered minor injuries during her escape. Heiichi, captured by the suspect at noon, released by the suspect at 1910, received minor injuries when he engaged in combat with the suspect. Regarding the arrest, Ryugu Reina. She disarmed and surrendered to the police at 1910 and was subsequently arrested. She was taken to the Okinomiya police station and questioned. She admitted to the outline given above. There has been some dispute about the accountability of the suspect during the crime, but after subjecting her to a psychiatric examination, the prosecution determined the suspect is fully accountable for her actions. The defense is in direct opposition to this and has submitted their own psychiatric examination report denying the suspect's accountability. The trial is currently in session.
Amazing.
Oh, I didn't think I'd get to read that fast enough. That was going. That got a little hairy for a moment.
Good job.
Thank you, I read fast.
This was an hour
Higurashi,
and 20 minutes.
Kai.
Kai!
This sounds like a Sonic song, by the way.
It does. It does. It sure does. It's so neat to finally see the original games. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so it is such a common question. Like, people will ask when we're streaming this, they'll be like, they made a game out of this anime? And it's like, no.
No.
The anime is based off the visual novels. And the anime condenses it heavily, as far as I know.
Yes. The way that I see the anime is that I understand why people only watched that in 06, because this was much harder to get a hold of back then. But if you if you're gonna watch the anime, I highly suggest reading all of this first, because the anime is more like a slideshow reel of the best parts. Is how I would say it. A lot of stuff doesn't connect together very well because they just did not have the time or the budget.
There's also, like, there's something, like, you can't really do this in an anime. You can do this with a visual novel. This is incredibly slow burn. It's such a slow burn story, and so many things are really drawn out, but there's a reason behind that. The pacing is, like, it'll be really, really slow, and then there will be an intense scene that ends up being really long and drawn out, but it's like, oh, ooh, like, you can't condense that to an anime unless, like, people get bored really fast. With a visual novel, you're there, you're in it, you're reading, it's reading time. Even some of the boring shit is there for a reason. Yeah, and unfortunately, even the slice of life stuff that has, like, the gross, like, you know, punishment for the fucking games they play, that is there for a reason. I know this came out in early 2000s, and early 2000s anime was poison, and full of garbage, and it's got that otaku stink, especially early on, and there is a certain charm to some of it, like in the fight with Keiichi and Rena, Keiichi bringing up, "You have to be my maid," and then her being like, "Well, I want you to be my maid too." It's like, Oh, that's like dumb teenager stuff. And there's a lot of the gross creepiness where it's like, this is how teenagers talk to each other, especially
Yes.
in early 2000s. Granted, this takes place in the 80s, but whatever. This is how me and my 15-year-old friends talk to each other. In fact, I could argue that we were worse.
Yeah, because this isn't taking into account the slurs.
No. And like does that defend like having this gross shit in this game? No, it doesn't. This was written by a full-grown man. Like
Yeah.
that does not defend it. But I will say, yes, it is accurate to how teenagers actually act. So bah. But anyway, we have the staff room open, but I don't know if you want to take a break before we do that. There's also another tip. It looked like.
Is there? I wouldn't be surprised if there is, but let's go have a look. Because we can do the tip reading room now.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Most recent one, the demon script.
Yeah, that's new.
Is it? Is it really? Is Last Night new also?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, let's read these and then
we can break. Okay, we could check if Last Night is is a new one. Did you want to read this one?
The car began to rattle as the road turned from asphalt to gravel. The cry of the cicadas seeped through the tightly shut windows. Most people would open their car windows and let the natural air in along with the sound of the cicadas. But people are also spoiled. He'd rather keep himself cool with the air conditioning turned to max than listen to the sounds of nature.
Is this Oishi then?
Usually it was the rainy season at this time of year. But this June, the summer had already come without any rain. Just like how the weather was on that day 20 years ago.
Oh, Akasaka! Akasaka! Was I Akasaka? I think so. The air around this area is just as clear as I remember it.
Yeah. The winds are cool and the sunshine is bright. This place could have become a World Heritage Site like the village in Githu. What a waste.
But thanks to that, there are no irritating tourists around here. See, that makes it much better. Why do tourists forget about pedestrian traffic laws when they're in rural areas? They walk in the middle of the road, you know.
Akasaka-senpai, do you still do stuff outdoors?
Not as much as I used to. My job doesn't give me much free time.
Same here. Oh, hey, there he is. The other man noticed and waved his hand before anyone in the car could honk the horn. The man was a young fellow on a motorcycle with a big backpack on his shoulders. He looked like he was ready to go camping. Akasaka and his partner stepped out of the car and shook hands with the young man.
Captain, it's good to see you again.
Yo, how have you been doing lately? Well, I hope. You can take it easy today. This is Akasaka-senpai. He took care of me back in college.
Hello, my name is Akasaka. Oishi was supposed to come today, but he had to go for a medical checkup at the last minute. Anyway, it's a pleasure to meet you. It's an honor, sir.
So, Akasaka-senpai, where shall we go first? His name was Mamoru Akasaka. He was a veteran detective from the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department. Despite the fact that he was close to his retirement, he hadn't lost his clear instinct and sharp eyes at all. Those eyes showed the confidence he built through many risky experiences, and he had a well-built muscular body and a fearless aura. He must have fought against many violent criminals. His connection to Hinamizawa went back almost 30 years, all the way to 78. He was in the Public Service Safety Division in the Metropolitan Police Department. He came to Hinamizawa to investigate the kidnapping case of the grandson of Inukai, the then Minister of Construction. There, he met Oishi and Rika Furude.
My girl!
Rika Furude predicted her own death. Akasaka regretted for the rest of his life that he couldn't save that little girl from her fate. He saw the news of the great Hinamizawa disaster on TV and met up again with Oishi. They pledged to uncover the mystery of both the cruel fate that fell upon the little girl and the series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa. Unfortunately, Hinamizawa was sealed off for a long time. As a result, all Akasaka and Oishi could do for the past 20 years was publish the little information they'd gathered, and ask for their readers to send their tips and clues. But recently, the seal on Hinamizawa had finally lifted. However, they couldn't come to Hinamizawa until today due to Akasaka's busy work schedule and Oishi's poor health. In fact, Oishi was supposed to come with Akasaka, but was called in for an emergency health checkup. The other two who came along were Akasaka's juniors from university. One worked at the ground SDF and the other was his subordinate. They were assigned the mission of sealing off Hinamizawa, so they were quite knowledgeable about the village. Akasaka took out a scrapbook from his bag. The corners of the scrapbook were all dented, making it look very old. Akasaka flipped through the pages, thought for a second, and let them know his first destination.
Alright, please take me to Onigafuchi Swamp. No
I'm not
problem.
entirely sure how long this is. Do you want to take a break real quick?
Yes! Right this way, sir! Here's the BRB screen. We have it right over here. Don't touch that dial now. We're just
We'll
getting
be back
started.
for a much shorter session on the other side.
Hooray!
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 Alright. Back to this. Okay, how long is this tip? We're gonna find out. We're gonna watch it be like 2 more lines and then the black bars.
That would be so funny. I know you just switched the screen, but I'm realizing why we do it the other way, and it's because the text comes out a little small for me.
Oh.
Do you think you could switch it back? I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's okay. Da, 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 da. There we go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. There you go.
The young man got on his bike and waited for the others to get back to their car. They honked at each other to signal that they were ready, and the young man led the car to the swamp. Heading through the forest, they came to an open area where the ground was covered by concrete. There wasn't even a single drop of water in sight. All the water of the swamp had been replaced by concrete. That was what Onigafuchi Swamp looked like now.
There isn't even a single drop of water, let alone a swamp.
I was told that they sealed the swamp right after the disaster. This place was already encased in concrete by the time I arrived here for my mission.
Let's go down there and take a closer look. So this must be the timeline where the volcanic gas killed everybody, right? I imagine.
Who says it's not now?
Ah, no! Fuck!
Akasaka
Wait.
got out of the car and walked to the center of the concrete-filled swamp. It wasn't a parking lot or a heliport. It was just a huge, empty concrete space right in the middle of the forest.
So this is the place people say was a landing spot for UFOs. Hello? Really?
Really? I've never heard of that.
Well, that's what they write on occult websites. They say that this is the place where our government met with aliens. I can't blame them for such rumors, though, because an empty concrete space in the middle of a forest sure does look weird.
Volcanic gas erupted from the swamp in June 1983. The deadly mixture of hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide engulfed and destroyed Hinamizawa in a single night. The village was sealed off and the SDF covered the swamp with concrete.
But the people who write those rumors on the internet actually have a point. Any geologist could tell you that covering a source of volcanic gas with concrete is absolutely useless.
That's true. I've never heard of anyone trying to prevent a volcano from erupting by pouring concrete into its crater. On the other hand, our country is known for wasteful construction using the taxpayers' money. Lately, people who love things like supernatural phenomena and UFOs write on the internet about the Great Hinamizawa disaster. It's well known by now that the cause of the disaster was an eruption of deadly volcanic gas from a magma chamber. In '86, a similar natural disaster occurred at Lake Meos in Cameroon, Africa. Can you take over the narration? Because I just took a bite of chocolate.
Yeah. So, people easily believe that such a rare natural disaster could occur anywhere on Earth, and that was what happened in Hinamizawa as well. You know what? I keep thinking it would be so fucking funny if the aliens were real. And that was just actually what happened in Higurashi. I would be so happy, actually. However, a rumor about another possible explanation had begun to fly around on the internet recently. They say that the disaster was a cover-up by the government, and that it was actually a biochemical terrorist attack by aliens. Why had such a rumor begun to spread now? They claimed to back up their theory with a secret document known as File Number 34. Someone online named it File Number 34 for descriptive purposes, but the name spread and stuck since then because it sounded like a government conspiracy. People loved it.
Okay, my chocolate's gone.
Awesome.
It's unknown how or from where they obtained these documents, but they posted scans and pictures, which were all ridiculous. Plus, more fake evidence was produced over time, so now even the existence of such documents are in doubt. File number 34 deserves a bit more explanation. However, since it started on the internet, truths and lies were all mixed together, and it has become more like an urban legend. So this is what is believed to be mostly true. File number 34 was a notebook written by a nurse named Mio Takano, who worked at a local clinic in Hinamizawa. File number 34 was most likely named after her. This woman was a researcher who studied the demon myth of Hinamizawa and tried to solve what it meant. The contents of this notebook state that she prophesied the great Hinamizawa disaster of 83. According to her research, a UFO crash landed in Hinamizawa a long time ago and sunk into Onigafuji Swamp. The UFO carried parasitic bacteria from space, and they began to infect the locals. The infected villagers began to behave extremely violently, so much so that they were fit for the word demon. Mio Takano insisted that this was the explanation for the myth about demons pouring out of the swamp.
You know, this is really funny because I actually had a story when I was like 12 that was very similar to this. Like...
And the author? Ryukishi 07.
Yeah, it was. No, I was writing a story when I was a kid because I really liked Resident Evil 4. So I was more like 13, 14. And I was like, what if the parasites in the Ganados in Resident Evil 4 were instead from aliens? What? Ryokishi 06. God damn it. So, it's similar to a story I had when I was a kid, and I think that's funny. Anyway, I really liked sci-fi and aliens and shit. I still do, but...
Fuck yeah. I'm a little jaded on that sort of stuff because of my dad, but...
Fair. Yeah, absolutely fair.
An alien who survived the crash realized that the Earthlings had gone crazy because of the bacteria he brought in, and he decided to show himself to the villagers to help them out. This is how Oyashiro-sama was born. The alien was able to cure the villagers with highly advanced technology, but it couldn't eradicate the bacteria completely. Since the villagers looked up to the alien as some sort of deity, the alien utilized its status to hand down specific rules to the villagers in order to stabilize the disease. The bacteria took a liking to Hinamizawa's habitat, so when a carrier of the disease left Hinamizawa, their symptoms would reemerge. Therefore, the alien made it a rule not to leave the village. This leads to the legend of the transcendence of Onigafuchi. The weird practices and miracles that the villagers performed were realized by means of the advanced technology that they received from the alien. Those maniacs do indeed have a colorful perspective on things, don't they? Do you remember Nostradamus' prophecies? People said that the world was going to end in 99, but nothing happened in July, and people acted like they didn't even know about it. Those TV shows made people as scared as they could be, and then ignored the fact that it didn't happen.
But Mio Takano did predict the Great Hinamizawa disaster. It's not a lie. Look at this page in the scrapbook.
You must be joking. Akasaka-senpai, is this for real? As time passed, the bacteria stabilized in human bodies and became harmless. The alien and the bacteria began to fade away from people's minds. However, the alien has lived on for hundreds of years with the protection of the three families. It still lives on as the spirit of a deity in the secret temple of the Furude Shrine. The alien manipulated the bacteria living inside of the villagers and maintained control over them for hundreds of years. The alien wanted to regain its power and started researching how to bring back the lost powers of the bacteria, etc., etc. Things get much stranger from there. People say the disaster was actually part of the alien's plan to conquer the entire Earth by spreading the reawakened bacteria. The Japanese government has a secret division that fights against alien invasions. And they trained at Area 51 in the US, blah, blah, blah. And they moved in to stop the invasion by sealing off the entries to the village, and they killed all the residents by using toxic gas. Hey, there's a movie just like that. Some black guy is the lead character. What was the title? Am I something?
Oh, Men in Black?
I don't know what movie he's referencing.
I think it's Men in Black. What year is it? If it's 20 years after the disaster, then it's
they just said it was 99. Just
okay,
now, like
so
the end of 99.
Okay, so it's past 99. So yeah, Men in Black would have come out. Yeah, I know, it's too crazy to be real. But the writer of this bunch of bull, Mio Takano, was mysteriously murdered in June 1983. Right before her death, she gave the scrapbook to a girl as if she knew she was going to die very soon.
That girl is known as Girl A. Some guy who investigated the case was able to track it down to a girl named Reina Ryugu, so now it's known as the Reina Ryugu theory on the internet. Reina Ryugu inherited Mio Takano's will by means of the scrapbooks. She tried to fight against the planned invasion by holding the school hostage and demanding the local police uncover the aliens' plot. Of course, no one believed her, and they assumed she was in a state of paranoia. Went to Independence Day. The main character of Independence Day, isn't that like a white dude though? They were very specific there. Back then, people assumed that Reina Ryugu took Mio Takano's delusion seriously and was motivated to commit a poorly executed crime.
Hang on. Independence Day
I'm
movie.
pretty sure that that's a white guy. Or unless I'm thinking of a different movie.
No, Will Smith is also in that.
Oh.
It's the same black guy. It's the same one. I was like,
I don't know my disaster movies.
For a moment, I was like, hold on, wait a minute. I've never seen Independence Day, so I forgot that was also in the 90s. So, and I think an
What
Independent.
movie am I thinking of? I know exactly what movie I'm thinking of, but I can't think of the name. It's like this movie where there's a giant meteor and it's gonna crash into the earth, and then like they've got to bring together a crack team and like blow up the meteor. Armageddon. Thank you.
God damn it, Yoma.
Listen, I watched Armageddon before I read Homestuck. It was a required movie in religious education class. That's not a joke.
Why? Because of
I don't
Armageddon?
remember why.
Because Armageddon is the thing. Is that
I think
no?
that was the loose connection. Yes, that it was an apocalypse movie, and the Bible talks about an apocalypse sometimes.
Okay, listen. I have a funny thing to say about Armageddon because that's a Michael Bay movie.
Correct.
So, like, the premise of Armageddon is the guys, they get miners, like, as in, like, guys who mine shit, and they train them to be astronauts to go to this meteor so they can blow up the meteor. And in the commentary for this film, somebody was like, why didn't they just train astronauts to be miners? And Michael Bay was basically like, hey, shut the fuck up. And I think of that every time I think of Armageddon. So. What were you gonna say?
I've not seen Armageddon in a very, very, very long time. Like, I was like a teenager the last time I saw it.
It's a funny movie. I enjoyed it.
I remember thinking that movie kicked ass, so I can never watch it again. I have to preserve this, like, ideal
It was fun.
Movie
it's a fun movie. It's a fun movie.
I remember the fucking music kicking in, like, I don't
want to close my eyes.
I remember that shit kicking in.
I was like, asleep because I miss you, baby. And I don't want to miss a thing. And you know what's funny is that singer's daughter was in the movie. And in the music video, yes, in the music video, when, you know, there's that part where she's like, on like putting her hand on the screen and she's like, no, dad, because her dad is what's his face. In the music video they replace it with the Aerosmith singer, and it was actually her dad. And I'm sorry, I know too much about Armageddon. I think this is why I cosplayed John Egbert. Anyway. There's a reason. Anyway, did we read this already? Yes. We got sidetracked by Armageddon.
Listen, Armageddon's a kick-ass movie that I can never watch again because I know I won't find it anywhere near as kick-ass in my adult life.
You'll have the breakdown that John Egbert had about Con Air and Homestuck.
God, you're right! You're right!
Sorry, we're deep in the Homestuck minds right now.
When she held the school hostage, Reina Ryugu told local police that the alien was controlling the three families. and that it was plotting bioterrorism on a massive scale. And the very next day, the Great Hinamizawa disaster occurred.
The very next day? Zoot. I need to just allow the word Homestuck. There are 2 words that I have banned in the chat, and it's Homestuck and Baba Booey.
Definitely keep Baba Booey, because that shit gets annoying as fuck.
No, Baba Booey I just did to make Corgi mad because it was funny.
Good.
The very next day.
You've gotta be kidding. Couldn't it just be a coincidence? This guy's like Bostonite now.
I don't know. According to people who believe it's not just a coincidence, there are many inconsistencies in the SDF's immediate sealing off operation. Filling this swamp with concrete is one example. Several of the SDF soldiers on duty at the time testified that some people were conducting secret investigations outside the usual geological survey before the area was closed off. Of course, those who think it's just a coincidence say that the researchers simply took precautionary measures to keep unauthorized people out of the area. I see Yoma's
I have to agree with... Yeah, that's what I laughed at before.
Yeah.
I'd have to agree with the latter people.
People also question why they sealed off the village for such a long time. After its volcanic gas eruption, Miyake Island was only sealed off for 4 to 5 years. What happened in Hinamizawa was an exceptionally rare natural disaster, yet it was sealed off over 20 years.
I heard that the residents of Miyake Island returned to their home island faster than was originally intended because they'd requested it so strongly. But in the case of Hinamizawa, there were no residents alive who wished to return in the first place. Perhaps the government took their time until they were absolutely certain it was safe.
How about this one? The SDF members who were on the mission to seal off Hinamizawa had their blood samples taken periodically. Some of them were discharged from the mission without any explanation after the results came back. Some believe that they were using the members of the SDF as human test subjects to see if they got infected or not.
I think they were just checking up on the members' health condition since they were in the area where the disaster occurred.
I love this guy. This guy's accent changes as much as Eddie's from Silent Hill 2 Remake.
I'll keep it here. Besides, normal businessmen also take annual physical checkups, and they have blood samples taken at VTube Studio.
Proxy open VTube Studio. Oh. Yeah, I understand your point too. But I have another interesting theory. There are some people who believe that there was no gas emitted during the so-called Great Hinamizawa disaster.
No volcanic gas? What does that mean?
Basically, what they're saying is that there was no volcanic gas and it was a sort of government cover-up. It's like in the Spielberg movie. You know the one where humans make contact with UFOs? Yeah! It's,
We can say Spielberg, but we can't say Men in Black? What?
I don't know. Fucking, Close Encounters of the Third Kind? Was that it?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's exactly how maniacs always explain things. What kind of basis do they have to say that there was no volcanic gas emission?
Well, a bunch of those maniacs came to Hinamizawa as soon as the seal was lifted. According to them, the hydrogen sulfide in the volcanic gas should have caused some corrosion to metallic objects and major damage to the wildlife. However, they found no such signs of disruption, which led them to claim that there was no volcanic gas to begin with. But this village was abandoned for 20 years. I doubt that they could find anything anyway.
Well, that's the thing with the internet. You can't believe everything you read on it. Take that line. Military Officer 2 is so right. Best character. Akasaka-senpai, please don't tell me you're buying these stories.
You think people would just do that? Just lie? On the internet?
Go online and tell lies? I want to see everyone's fan art of Military Officer 2.
At first,
it'll all be wildly different because he has no fucking canon depiction.
I didn't, but lately I'm beginning to think that there might be some truth to them.
You believe in UFOs? Ah, come on!
Well, what if the scrapbook is the real file number 34?
Huh?
The scrapbook is the one that Reina Ryugu possessed when she took the school hostage on June 25th, 1983. It was assumed to be lost during the confusion of the disaster, but Oishi-san's old friend was able to locate it in an evidence storage at the prefectural police headquarters. Did Oishi and Kumagai and everybody die during that disaster, or were they far enough away? Okay.
Oishi was said that he was supposed to be here today, but he had to go to a health checkup because he's old.
That's right! I fucking forgot that happened like 2 minutes ago.
It's okay, we talked about Armageddon since then, and nothing's more important than Armageddon.
It's true.
Back then, Oishi thought Ren Ryugu was delusional, but after reading this again after the Great Hinamizawa disaster, some of the contents seemed to hold vital clues. It's not the alien part that he was interested in, but her theory that an endemic disease of parasitic microbes in Hinamizawa was responsible for the curse of Yoshida-sama. Of course, there's no proof that such microbes existed, so it still remains at a theoretical level.
Oishi-san says that the three families might have been researching how to bring back the original deadlier microbe in order to revive the religious devotion the villagers used to have. The Great Hinamizawa disaster could be an experiment that went wrong.
This theory is also based on the theories and myths he found on the internet. The village's clinic's chief doctor died mysteriously right before the Great Hinamizawa disaster. A girl, Rika Furude, was brutally murdered on the night Ren Ryugu took the school hostage. There could have been an underground research lab beneath the village clinic, and Dr. Irie could have been forced to do microbiological research, but he couldn't live with his own sins and committed suicide. Rika Furude could have been brutally murdered in a sacrifice for some sort of ritual ceremony in the name of Yoshida-sama's revival. However, their experiment went wrong. Instead of the microbes being parasitic in the villagers, they became a killer virus. And they exterminated the entire village in one night.
It's obvious that it wasn't a simple gas disaster. We cannot ignore the fact that one girl predicted a bioterrorist attack right before the disaster, and that several villagers died mysteriously, including Mio Takano herself, who wrote about all that in the scrapbook. It doesn't sound right to say that the Great Hinamizawa disaster was an unpredicted and coincidental natural disaster. When you read this file number 34, it's obvious.
So, you're saying that the Great Hinamizawa disaster wasn't a rare natural disaster, but it was, in fact, an act of bioterrorism by some cultists.
That's you.
In the modern era, everyone in Japan knows about the shocking incident where a doomsday cult created a nerve gas, sarin, and unleashed it for the purposes of mass murder. But in the 80s, the idea of a single cult able to carry out such an act of terrorism didn't even cross our minds.
Some also whisper that the SDF kept the area sealed for so long so they could study some lethal virus, but I'm not convinced.
At least this story sounds more convincing than the one with the aliens and UFOs. The idea of cultists and domestic terrorism sounds more rational.
Maybe there really was a UFO that crash landed. When Reina Ryugu took the school hostage, one of her demands to the police was to have them pull out the wreckage of the UFO from the Onigafuchi swamp.
An UFO is technically correct because it would be an unidentified flying object, but it doesn't sound right.
No. An UFO. Yeah. Well, even if I wanted to make sure if it's ridiculous or not, look at it. The swamp is filled with concrete several meters thick, and there's no way we can check. This is all because of that ridiculous construction that doesn't even do anything to prevent the volcanic gas.
Well then, the only way to prove Akasaka-senpai's theory would be to find the survivor of Hinamizawa and try to find that microbe in them.
Sadly, that's almost impossible. After the Great Hinamizawa disaster, some survivors were subject to a witch hunt, so even if there are any survivors, they won't tell you that they're from this area.
Right after the disaster, some people who were from Hinamizawa started displaying erratic behavior. When they started dying mysteriously and committing suicide in strange ways, people got scared of them and chased them out of their neighborhoods. The government was practically useless in protecting their privacy at the time, so the former residents of Hinamizawa lied about where they were from and have kept it that way since. In that case, it's a dead end.
But it's my duty as a cop to keep trying. There's enough circumstantial evidence to say that the Great Hinamizawa disaster wasn't a natural one. If I could grab a hold of one piece of concrete proof, haha, concrete, I think I could start reeling in the truth behind all of this.
Yeah, but it's been over 20 years. The truth might be lying somewhere very deep in the darkness.
That's true. I might not find any answers. It's already the 21st century. Oh, so it's the 2000s.
What happened in Hinamizawa in June 1983? The only factual evidence that I had was that Mio Takano mysteriously died and left a scrapbook predicting a bioterrorist attack. A young girl took a school hostage to make people listen to this prediction, but no one took it seriously. The chief doctor of the village clinic committed suicide. People believe that a little girl, Rika Furude, was a reincarnation of Oyoshida-sama, and that she was brutally murdered. What was the truth behind this scrapbook? Was it written to reveal a huge conspiracy? Or was it just a bunch of delusions written by an occult maniac? If the contents of the scrapbook were true, the disaster could have been avoided if we'd heeded the warnings of one girl. If they weren't true, then who created the disaster to follow the scenario of the scrapbook? After the sarin nerve gas incident, the words mind control came into the spotlight. In contrast to brainwashing, which can easily force a person to commit certain acts in the short term. Mind control takes a long time to gradually make a person believe that what they must do is the right thing to do, and to act upon it as if it were his or her own idea. It's a form of character alteration, which is far more serious than brainwashing. The cult behind the sarin gas incident induced fear and anxiety into its members through its revelations of doomsday. At the same time, they ordered them to do certain things as a means of salvation, and had them do so voluntarily. The formula was quite similar to how Reina Ryugu became a puppet of file number 34. So does that mean Reina Ryugu was mind-controlled by someone? Does that mean that the cult that mind-controlled her tried to cause the end of the world in order to increase the credibility of their teachings, just like the other cult did? Would that make file number 34 some sort of religious textbook for them? When I lose my grip on what's true and what's not, it sometimes makes me feel like someone might be laughing in amusement at this disaster. The scrapbook was like a script.
Hey, yeah.
It was a script for a tragedy that takes the lives of thousands of villagers in one night. It was a script for demons who laugh at the loss of human life. Someone wrote the script. Someone performed it. Someone watched the show and laughed. Damn it! What the hell happened in Hinamizawa in June 1983? Read all tips in Sumi Horiboshi. So I guess the other one isn't new.
Yeah. It is definitely not.
It's Peem.
It's Peem.
Yoma, you know things. Can you confirm or deny if the second to last tip happens at the end of the thing, or if we've read it already?
I'm pretty sure we read this already, because it just told us.
Yeah. My thinking is, though, I'm paranoid, because what if that's something that just isn't triggered by you having read them all? Or if it's triggered by, like, you having read the last one. I mean, yeah, we may as well click it if we've read it before. Okay, yeah, we have. Okay, I know immediately what this is.
Oh, yeah. That's what
We
I
can
thought.
just, like, leave. It's fine.
Exit
Yeah,
to
just
menu.
exit the menu.
Yeah. Okay, I feel like we should
Now
talk about things before we do the extra staff
Yeah.
thing.
Let's talk.
So, I want to go back to the tips menu. I want the song. I want the song. There we go. So, I find it very interesting that Akasaka basically said the scrapbook is like a script. Somebody wrote this, it was performed, and they watched it and they laughed. Because that's kind of what I'm thinking Takano is doing. Because, especially considering there were multiple scrapbooks that the Sonozakis had.
There are multiple scrapbooks that each describe different scenarios.
Mm-hmm. And then they actually play out. And the thing I think of is in chapter 3, how Keiichi just willed people into dying, basically. And so there's this supernatural sort of like thing happening where people are controlling the destiny of Hinamizawa. And it's Takano. Takano is doing this somehow. I don't know if it has to do with her afflicting somebody with this madness, like in chapter 1, like after she told Keiichi about the curse of Oyashiro-sama. Keiichi ended up going insane and then killing his friends and taking things like being incredibly paranoid, taking Satoshi's bat, etc. Chapter 2, Shion was the one who went crazy, and Shion absolutely met Takano at one point and was shown her scrapbooks and read them. I don't think Keiichi ever read her scrapbooks.
No.
But the scrapbooks were written, undoubtedly. Chapter 3, who went insane in chapter 3? I mean, I guess it was Keiichi.
Yeah, it was Keiichi again.
And yeah, it was Keiichi again. And that one was just strange because it wasn't exactly that he was like paranoid. He just killed someone and he was still alive after that for some reason. So it was as if he got transported to a different timeline. Weirdly. Or maybe, like, we never actually saw Teppei after he had killed him, is the thing. So Satoko could have very well been covering for him, just very convincingly, when she said that he was still alive and still abusing her.
But then why would she have gone into the bath under Teppei's apparent instruction? She didn't know that Keiichi was going to come by that day and save her. If he hadn't come by pure chance of having cared about her, she probably would have died.
She was, like, I don't know if Teppei told her to do that, or if she just did that because she was suicidal. I don't know.
Possibly. I'm just saying that, like...
Yeah.
I don't buy the covering for Keiichi angle because of that.
That's true. So he very well could have been transported to a different universe or timeline or something because of that. And then chapter 4 was Shion's perspective with chapter 2. Or no, chapter 4 was Rika, then chapter 5 was Shion's perspective, and then there was this, and Rena was the one who went berserk over the scrapbooks, specifically. So, as I was saying very early on, Takano's behind all this shit. Takano is the scriptwriter. Takano is pulling all of the fucking strings. But why? Why is she doing this? Why would she do this? What is her reasoning? Is she just power hungry? Does she think it's really funny to just restart the world and have it go awry? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe she's doing it for a laugh. I think she is.
Just for a laugh.
Just for fun.
Just for a bit of a laugh.
Really not sure Takano is all that important. I disagree. I think she's important. Or maybe somebody is using Takano to do these things. Could be. Could be. Could be. I don't know if there was anything else we should discuss in this regard. It's crazy that, like, Keiichi seemed to have broken the curse, and Rika even made, like, a comment, like, Keiichi is gonna be the one to stop this tragedy, and then it's confirmed by Akasaka that he didn't.
No.
At all. Literally the next day, the incident happened. So it was, like, fruitless. And Rika was
What
murdered.
was it?
What was what?
Was it fruitless?
Was
if
it
Keiichi was
fruitless?
able to see through the possible timelines once,
Uh-huh. Maybe
who's to
somebody
say
else
he
can.
couldn't do it again?
Perhaps he'll do it again.
Maybe.
he'll
Who knows?
break
I've
the
never played this
loop.
game before.
He'll break the loop. He'll break the loop. Rika is the only character that probably, like, remembers all of the universes. Like, she even confirmed it, essentially, by saying, like, I've died over 100 times. So there are hundreds of universes where this shit happens. Confirmed. He might not have stopped the tragedy, but he stopped a tragedy. Timelines is the biggest problem for my theory. What? Yeah, because Dupley, you definitely were on the side of, like, this is all, like, caused by, like, people making people go insane or something. But this is absolutely, there's some supernatural shit going on. You cannot deny this anymore because it's a universe. There's, like, different universes. There's something going on that's fucky. And you can't just write that off as, like, yes. Just humans. There's gotta be demons, or there's gotta be aliens, or there's gotta be something crazy going on. Rika definitely throws a wrench in that. Especially considering Rika's, like, possessed by something. Possibly Oyashiro-sama, or whoever the elders believe is Oyashiro-sama. Rika's possessed by an entity that has died, or that is hundreds of years old. Or it's just that entity. She shares her body with some entity. We know this. I'm exiting.
Time to put on my authorial voice. By which
Wow.
I mean my regular voice.
My regular voice. Alright, are we going to the staff room? Is this gonna... Oh, no, it's just gonna be Ryukishi. Okay.
Hello, my name is Ryukishi07.
Hi, Ryukishi. Okay, I pressed the wrong button.
I hope you enjoyed playing Higurashi When They Cry Ho, Chapter 6, Sumi Horoboshi. There are several themes I wanted to write in this chapter, but I'd like to talk about one of them here. It's about the denial of murder. This is something I had to write sooner or later, since this is a novel about serial murders. There are two means that youngsters in particular use these days to solve problems, which are murder and suicide. When we feel stressed, we choose to either get rid of the source of the stress or to get away from it. Let's say you're being bullied by a kid at school. You have two ways to solve that problem. You choose to either get rid of the kid from your current environment, or to get away from the environment itself. Usually bullies are stronger and have their underlings, and you don't stand a chance alone to get rid of them. It's also not easy to switch classes or to quit school, so you can't easily get away from the situation. As a result, the situation gets worse day by day, and your stress urges you to solve the problem immediately. And you come up with murder or suicide as easy solutions. If suicide is considered defeat, you'd want to consider murder. I feel like there are many people who think that way. However, if you fully actually committed a murder, it wouldn't be easy to pay for the sin. I believe murderers know that well too. But you really hate the bully who pushed you to the limit where you have no choice but to kill him. So with a determination that turns your entire life upside down, you commit murder. But if you have such strong determination, there have to be more ways to take than opting for murder, which should be the last resort. You can talk to your friends. If that doesn't work, you can talk to your family. If that doesn't work, you can talk to your teacher. If that doesn't work, then what? There have to be more ways. If you have the determination to give up on your life by committing murder, there have to be more ways. Our modern era is better than any era before it. There are many hotlines that you can call to talk to someone. Even if you don't have any friends or family, there are many places you can go for help. The people who will answer the phone aren't amateurs. They're volunteers, but they're also veterans who have worked as social workers or juvenile counselors for a very long time. I can assure you that they have more social experience and passion than your parents do. People who work to help people for free can't be bad people. If you feel like you have no choice but to kill the bully or commit suicide, please try to call these hotlines. People who think it's useless to talk to others usually haven't really talked to anyone. Have the courage to call. There will be somebody you can completely rely on at the other end of the line. Don't keep it to yourself. Talk to somebody. Ryu Kishio 7 wrote such a long story just to tell you this. He must be a very poor writer.
Oh,
So, Ryu Kishio 7 wants to talk to you all, rather than worrying all by himself. How can I write even more entertaining stories? 7th expansion. Ryu Kishio 7.
I'm actually tearing up a little bit. Fuck.
Oh, buddy.
The people who help others for free can't be bad people always makes me tear up. Ah, dude. Oh, I love Ryukishi so much.
Had a chat with Ryu Kishio 7.
Ryukishi, thank you! Oh my god, okay, no, let me go back to the tips. I want the music. No, I wanted to talk about this because I've been thinking about it a lot, especially since Silent Hill F had the has a content warning that's been going around, and if you haven't seen it, let me see if I can find it so I can read it. I don't know if you've seen it, Cal, the content warning.
Have.
Okay. Let's see. Where was it? Where the fuck did it go?
Gone. Vanished. Goodbye.
Oh, found it. Okay. So, the content warning for Silent Hill F, which is written by Ryukishi. It says, this game contains depictions of gender discrimination, child abuse, bullying, drug-induced hallucinations, torture, and graphic violence. This game is set in Japan in the 1960s and contains depictions based on the customs and culture of that time. These depictions do not reflect the opinions or values of the developers or any individuals involved. If you feel uncomfortable at any point while playing, please take a break from playing or speak to someone you trust. I love this so much. So much. I love this so fucking much. And it got me thinking, and this, the Ryukishi, like, little aside, also got me thinking, about, once again, the entire, censorship of media that we are, living through right now, where payment processors are trying to censor media, and not just like pornographic material, just
Any media.
just media that is vaguely upsetting and touches, or just upsetting in general, that touches on very serious topics, like of sexual assault, of like stuff that is like upsetting stuff. And people will try to be like, "What? Well, why do you care about this stuff being censored?" I care because so many of these people telling these stories are telling these stories to make you uncomfortable, to make you realize, like, these are things that happen, and we need to be aware of them. And Ryukishi is like a former social worker, and he has experienced like terrible things, I am sure, and like had to help people, like kids especially, and talk them down from like suicidal ideation. And when like horror media especially has a lot of sensitive subject matter, and we need to talk about these things through media, and like just saying you can't have that at all is awful. Because the reason these stories exist is they're cautionary tales, is they are, like, I'm not being very eloquent right now, or articulate, but I'm very passionate about this. The reason this shit exists in media is not, like, so people can be gross perverts about it or whatever. And even if it does exist in media for that reason, who fucking cares? Who fucking cares? God damn it.
My hot take is if it doesn't affect you and people are doing it in private, away from you and not hurting anybody.
And it's not illegal. Yeah.
Who care?
A deeply personal. I
No.
wanted to read a deeply personal, beautiful VN I played got pulled from itch because it features sensitive material. Fuck that.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
sucks.
Fuck
Extremely
that.
sucks.
I was incredibly mad when I thought that they had pulled mouthwashing from itch.io because mouthwashing does touch on a lot of sensitive subject matter. But that was not the case. But even if it was the case, here's the thing about that game. Thank you for the resub. Somebody I know had played mouthwashing, and I asked him, I was like, so what did you think? He was like, it was honestly one of the most beautiful, like, pieces of art I had ever experienced, and it made me realize, like, I need to hold on to, like, the things I love in life. And he like, because he has a daughter and a wife, and he was like, I tucked my daughter in and I kissed her on the forehead, and I savored everything. And it's like, that's what tragedy does. That's what like, that's what reading a tragedy does, is it makes you go, oh man, I'm so glad I have what I have in life, you know? And,
For sure.
like, I need people to realize this. It's not just to make you feel sad, it's to make you appreciate what you have. And that's important. And people need to shut up and realize this. I'm sorry if I interrupted your own thoughts.
No, you're fine. I have a couple things to touch on that we've gone over but moved on too fast from.
Yeah, that's fine.
The content warning I especially enjoy, not just for its contents, but for the fact that that content warning has been out for about 6 months on the Silent Hill Forte website. The problem with a lot of content warnings in media is you've already bought the game. You've already bought the game, you spent fucking $60, $70 on it, and even if something in the content warning makes you go, oh, shit, maybe I should have researched this a little more, you're not gonna not play the $60, $70 game that you bought. You paid $60 to $70 for it, and that makes the content warning kind of ineffectual.
Yeah.
But with this, you can go to a website, see what the content warning is, and you'll know.
You'll know. Be like, is this for me, or is this too much? I don't know.
And you can decide that on your own, and you had 6 months to decide before the game came out.
I joke a lot about, like, the content warning in Silent Hill, the original one. Imagine, like, just getting Silent Hill, like, oh, this looks like a cool little, like, game, like a nice, pleasant experience, and then you put it in, and it's like, this game contains, images that may be considered, like, disturbing, and it's like, ah, man, I didn't know that. Fuck, I should return it. I remember a quote that goes something like this: sometimes media isn't meant to make you feel happy or laugh, sometimes it's meant to be unpleasant. Correct. Yes, absolutely. Yes. I remember somebody who was streaming Mixed Feelings, or probably the sequel or something. Somebody in the chat had mentioned, like, Spoonie, your writing is so good, but it is so uncomfortable. And I was like, that was my goal, my friend. And I felt like a bit of a weirdo because I actively seek out media that makes me uncomfortable. Because I don't know. I like to feel something.
I don't think that makes you a freak. The way that I see it is that, like, in whatever form it takes, whether that's, like, just reading about a news story about something that's kind of sad or seeking out horror or something like that, I think it's important to inoculate yourself with micro doses of discomfort.
Oh yeah.
Because if you go through your entire life never having experienced discomfort, never having known what that feels like, then it's like growing up in a sterile white room and then suddenly you're exposed to a cold. It'll kill you.
Yeah. Yeah,
If
exactly.
you go through life without having ever experienced, like, real, true discomfort at something, you won't be inoculated towards it.
Mhm.
It'll tear you to pieces, and that's why, unfortunately, we see a lot of people online who are obsessed with correcting any and all wrongs. They'll
Mhm.
make entire blogs that are dedicated to, like, calling out one person
Mhm.
for, like, some shit that's supremely stupid, shit that could have been a block.
Mhm.
And
Or
it
shit
gets
that somebody did like 10 years ago or something.
right, shit that gets blown way out of proportion
Yeah.
and isn't really that big of a deal at all. And, like, it's bad that they're doing that to other people, but it's also bad that they're doing that to themselves.
Mhm.
That is, at least in my eyes, a
Mhm.
form of extreme self-harm.
Oh yeah. No, like it fucking sucks. I was gonna say something and I lost it. It's gone. Where did it go? Purity culture.
Why?
That's it.
Yeah.
It's just people trying to get like the purity points. Oh god, I've been playing too much Valheim and I was looking at that roof and I was thinking, I need to put that corner piece on that roof. Need to put that corner piece on there. I love to build now. I used to not like building in Valheim and now I just do it all the time.
I'm glad. I'm happy. That makes me
Yay.
happy.
Yay.
Do I have anything else to add? It was fun voice acting Rena.
It
I love her.
was. I mean, I didn't do it, but you did a good job.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yippee.
You can see
Good.
why Rena is, like, Ryukishi's favorite character that he's ever written.
I love her.
There's so much love and, like, care and sympathy and empathy rolled into that character.
Mm-hmm.
And I love her.
I'm pretty sure I sent you that article or that part of that article where this dude really didn't like Silent Hill F, and was like, Silent Hill F feels like all the characters just are high schoolers who want to kill each other. Probably because Ryukishi is the same guy who wrote Higurashi, which is about high schoolers who want to kill each other. And I'm like, yeah, that's what it's about. People that try and make call out posts for people who did something like make a bad joke in the 2000s or whatever. Yeah. Oh man, I feel like every single person in the world could have a call out post written about them based on what they said in like to early 2000s or just 10 years ago, because people are change. I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago. God damn. There's so much love in so much of Ryukishi's work, and you can really see it in Rena. Motherfucker doesn't even know Umineko about a family that wants to kill each other.
We'll get there, okay? Like, this entire thing was like halfway a primer for Silent Hill Forte. It's also half a primer for Umineko.
Yeah.
Umineko is...
I was gonna say I'm gonna be 40 by the time we finish Umineko.
Yep. And I love every second.
Yep. Ugh.
What was I gonna say? Umineko is... I think I've said this on stream before. Probably, unironically, one of the most preeminent pieces of literature of our time.
Wonderful.
I would put it up there with the classical greats, and I'm not kidding.
God damn, I'm so excited. Rory
When
says,
I
"I'm not the
say-
same person I was 2 years ago. Never mind 10." Rory,
Facts.
you are fairly young, if I recall correctly. But that checks out. When you're younger, like in your early 20s, like 2 years ago, no, you are not the same person.
I'm like in limbo with Umi. I think I'm forbidden to read past arc 2, but I don't know why. What do you mean forbidden? Just go read it.
It's probably
What does
just
that mean?
the just fate not letting them read it or something.
Listen, arcs 1 and 2 are the worst ones. Not to say they're bad, but
I
like,
see. Oh, I see. Okay, that makes
oh,
sense.
you're reading it as part of a book club? Dog, you'll be there
That-
forever.
That's so cool, though.
That is extremely cool, but you'll be there forever.
You're here forever now. Book club sounds fun. I wish I could read.
We
I-
spent the last like 2 hours reading.
It's just I have my friends like give me books to read, and I'm like, yeah, I'll read this. I read 2 chapters, and I go, oh, video games.
I do feel that though.
Uh,
I have fucking the sequel to Iron Widow, Heavenly Tyrant, on the bottom of my fucking computer table, and it's been staring me down for like a year. Just fucking bearing its claws into my soul, being like, you need to read me, right? Like, you bought my book, it's hardback, you gotta read it. And I'm over here like, but I could do anything else. I could do literally anything else other than sit silently in a chair reading paper.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I've tried to make like reading before bed like a habit. Because it's good to not look at screens before you go to sleep. You can make melatonin better that way. However, it is so hard for me to read a book. It is so hard for me to read an actual physical book, and I used to read like crazy when I was in school. I would read.
Because you had fucking time back then. And what the fuck you got going on in fucking primary school that you've got to like be on the watch out for to be in your schedule? Fucking milk?
Well,
Your milk
no.
appointment? Your appointment for milk box? No, you gotta read.
No, in middle school and high school, I would just read Redwall during class and not pay attention.
I gotta get around to Redwall.
You can read like 1 or 2 books and then you're good. Honestly, because after a while they just start to become like the same story over and over with different animals. Honestly, but I don't know.
What
I
happened
read
for real? I used to destroy a novel in 1 or 2 days as a teen. I swear to God, it's just because you have less time. It's because you're an adult.
That's really
you have
it.
less time.
That's really it. And also, like, as an adult, I want to make so many things all the time. I'm like, I want to make a video game. I want to make a new PNG tuber for myself because my computer's about to explode. I want to stream. I want to do commissions. I want to make this your character here. And I'm just like, that's all I want to do ever. And play Valheim. Sorry, that's my current obsession. I really like Valheim. It makes my brain go brrr, like right now.
There is
really
a wider discussion to be had about how, like, the current climate of the world is also not conducive to slow, contemplative tasks. The fascism knocks at our door. But that's a bit too sad and heavy for this conversation.
See, Redwall is good because okay, Brian Jakes wrote Redwall. I believe this is what I heard anyway. I don't know if it's true. He wrote Redwall for these kids who were blind. And so whenever there were feast scenes, he wrote them in exquisite detail, specifically about the taste of things, about the smell of things. And oh my god, my friend had a Redwall cookbook and it was fun.
That sounds awesome. That sounds awesome.
That's the best part of Redwall. That's what I remember all the time is all the feasts that were described. It was awesome. And all those books had like the smallest print ever and like the thinnest pages. It was like the Bible. It was insane.
Oh my god, I have been transported. I know exactly what you mean when you say it's like the Bible.
It's like the Bible. The pages weren't super thin, but the print was very small. And like those books were thick as fuck, dude. Redwall was insane. Hi, Herring. We're just chatting now because we finished chapter 6. But if you want to wrap up, Cal, unless you had other shit to talk about, and chat unless you had things to bring up about Higu, the Higu.
You should all donate to my meme coin startup. Just kidding.
What? No!
I'm not doing that. That's a joke.
You joking?
Honk honk.
I also wanted to thank everybody. I forgot to put on cinema mode the entire time. And everybody was very well behaved the entire stream. And that's really kind. Thank you. Alright, who's going? Who's going right now?
We'll be back here in some months for another one of these.
Some months. Some months. It's always nice to do it in the summer, but we don't have to do it just in the summer.
I know we were talking about a secret non-Higurashi project in March, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to train your brain to remember for a second?
Yeah, hold up. Watching the game, listening to y'all share your thoughts has been delightful. Yay! Yay!
Yay!
Yay! Now, honestly, I think I know exactly what point you're talking about, JM. When Rika said Nipa, I was fully expecting people to do Nipa. And that would have been fine. That would have been fine. I would have been fine with that. I thought it was cute.
But the fact that y'all resisted is a testament that you're learning.
You're learning.
You're learning not to be annoying sons of bitches.
You're learning. It's wonderful. Oh man, I should tie an achievement to Nipa and how, perhaps. I forgot about that.
I have so many suggestions for the name of that, but they'd all be spoilers. So I'll shut my trap.
Sonic Racing, chat. Do you want to see Scorch play Sonic Racing?
Unironically, that game goes hard.
I've heard it's good.
I've only played a little bit of it, but it's good. Yay.
Oh. Let me see how long he's been going. I think he has not been going super long. Well, how long have you been going, Scorch? Let me see. Okay, yeah. No. Scorch and Dusk seem to be racing. I'm sad he's not playing Valheim. I would have raided him and then joined him. Alright. Alright.
Not everyone can be playing Valheim all the time.
No, listen, we are obsessed. Everybody in that server is obsessed. We go in and at least one other person is in there, and it's like, oh, this is our life now. Oh! Alright, we're going over here.
Bye-bye, everyone!
Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Let me actually set up the raid. Raid! Scorched Cat! Everybody was super Sonic Racing. Thank you guys for stopping by. I gotta figure out what to do for dinner. Have a good rest of your day. Yahoo.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
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 Tell Scorch the Tour of the Horrors never ends. Do that. Annoy him. It would be great. He annoyed me yesterday in Phasmo, so he deserves it. Okay. Goodbye.